China could be willing to abandon demands for funding from the developed world to combat climate change. Speaking at the Copenhagen Climate Conference, China's Vice Foreign Minister He Yafei said that while financial help from the richer countries to developing countries was a legal obligation, he did not expect money to flow from the West to China. China has committed itself to cut emissions per unit of gross domestic product by 40 to 45% by 2020, but it had demanded financing from the developed world to take further steps to tackle climate change. However, He Yafei said demands from the developed countries that poor countries make their commitments on emissions binding internationally could not be met. More than 100 world leaders are due to join the talks in Copenhagen on Thursday. China's Premier Wen Jiabao will arrive in Copenhagen for the last 2 days of the climate conference on Wednesday night. He has already spoken to several world leaders about China's position, including UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and the leaders of India, Brazil, and South Africa. However, he has yet to speak to U.S. President Barack Obama. An official said Chinese leaders would eventually hold talks with the U.S., but added such diplomatic arrangements will occur when the time is right. However, the same official said it was possible that China and the U.S. would be in high-level contact before Wen and Obama meet in Copenhagen. China's President Hu Jintao is in Turkmenistan to inaugurate a natural gas pipeline linking China, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan. The 4,300-mile-long pipeline has an estimated capacity of 1.5 trillion cubic feet of gas. It will join the Central Asian countries to China for the first time. For China, that means greater security in terms of access to fuel resources, and for the Central Asian countries, less dependence on Russia to buy up their supplies. Most of the multi-billion-dollar finance for the project came from the state-run China Development Bank. The whole project is expected to be finished by 2013. Police in the central province of Hunan have captured a man suspected of killing 12 people. A government official said the dead included the man's father and other relatives, including elderly and children. The victims were reportedly shot with a hunting rifle on Saturday. Later, the suspect set fire to 6 homes in the village of Yinshan Pai. He was identified as a 34-year-old migrant worker with a history of mental illness. The killings are the latest in a string of family-related murders in China in recent weeks. All of the suspects had either a history of mental illness or had suffered from chronic depression. A detailed genome map of the giant panda shows China's favorite animal is genetically similar to the dog. However, scientists from the Beijing Genomics Institute added that the research also supported the view that the giant panda may be a subspecies of the bear family. The detailed mapping showed that the giant panda had more than 20,000 genes on its 21 pairs of chromosomes. The report said the institute's professor Wang Jun said they hoped the genome map would help explain why giant pandas reproduce so little and help scientists deliver more cubs. There are only about 1,600 wild pandas in China, mainly in the southwest, with another 200 or so raised in captivity in breeding centers. The animals' low libidos have frustrated efforts to boost their numbers. And that's the BON headlines for now, but we'll be back with more news after this.